Hello, everyone. Welcome to this daily dose of the divine live with me. My name's Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. A very warm welcome home to all of you who are new, and of course, those who have been resting here with me for a long time. Thank you so much for being here. I'm a little bit early today, but it's just the energy has shifted completely from yesterday. So if you are new here, please do take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It really supports the vibe and the thrive of this channel. Hello. I have a feeling I might know who that is. So it really supports the thrive of this channel and the growing of our soul tribe coming together again at this epic time for all of us on Mother Earth. And if you do subscribe, all new subscribers, as well as all subscribers who comment on any of the content on this channel, will be entered into a monthly free reading draw. We have our first winner. If you're here, reach out. I still haven't heard from you yet, Dawn. So please do get in touch to claim your free solstice season energy forecast. So, those of you who have been hanging out for the last few days, you'll know the energy's been a bit up and down, and you may be in the midst of this fiery Aries moon energy, which is shifting. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the moon has moved out of Aries or is quickly on its way out of Aries today. Because yesterday it was quite intense and fiery, and then there was the letdown and, let's just say, the settling, if you will. And today there is a whole new freshness about, and a really supportive energy for us to get up, get out, get some stuff done. Prior to connecting with you all live this morning, I've had a little dance party in the backyard barefoot, and done some surface cleaning in the house. So there does feel this need to clear the air and to clear the space. So just before we get too much in, I am going to, for anyone that's here live today and would like a card pulled, I am going to pull some cards for those of you who are here live from, it's, what oracle is this? I believe it's the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. So, but before all of that, we're going to work with my singing bowl here for 32 hertz. And I just want you to take a couple moments as you connect to breathe. Awesome. You're up first. Bread, our daily bread. So this is like our daily bread. These connections. Anyways, take a couple of minutes, and I just want you to maybe close your eyes gently, breathe deep into your belly, and be open to receive the support that is here for you through sound and frequency. So taking a nice deep breath. Okay, so what I'm feeling, my body actually works as a pendulum sometimes, actually, a lot of the time. So, what I'm feeling with that is that for some of you, there's this energy of indecision. You're unsure of which way to go, you're unsure of the next step you're guided to take. And I would say, first and foremost, obviously, trust your heart. And if you are intuitively being guided to take any action, even if it seems like, oh my gosh, that's going to take some effort to do that. So, say you're in an urban setting and you're really feeling the call to get to nature, but it's an effort to do that, right? You've got to pack your bag up and you got to get yourself to nature. Do it. It's worth the investment because there's a reason that you are being called. And by not honoring the call, you are not honoring the wisdom of your higher self, the wisdom of God that moves through your beautiful heart, really wanting to support your most optimal experience of being alive, a soul in flesh. That's amazing. And yet, we hold ourselves back from doing what we know. And it was just 6:33 there. So 6:6. This is our path of spiritual purpose in this lifetime. It's also the home of Virgo, right? So Virgo is like the healer. She's like the empress of the zodiac. So are we trusting the innate wisdom, or are we still going it alone and looking outside of ourselves for that which we already know? And in doing the external searching as opposed to the inner seeking, then we're always going to be left wanting, and we're always going to be struggling with our ability to hold ourselves steady in an energetic that's very unsteady, right? It's very destabilizing. And what we're seeing, and what we've been seeing for about a long time, I'll say the last decade or so, what we've really been seeing is the shadow of the collective. And we must address this, and yet we can't address it on a global scale until we awaken the children of light, the children of God, the children of the heart, up to the fact that we are each the most powerful player in the show. And we must take responsibility for our heart, like our little piece of the world, And if we spread our arms out, I don't actually have enough space here to do it, but if we spread our arms out and turn ourselves in a circle, years ago, Archangel Michael asked that I do that, and I did, and he had me turn around and then turn around the other way, and he said, that is the space that you are responsible for. So instead of us each like jumping on these collective bandwagons where we're kind of being led by breadcrumbs, right, to follow, or big bait traps are set there for us, this is about us as the children of God. And I'm going to keep saying that, whether, I'm just going to continue to say that. So it's about us remembering who we are, and us remembering that we're the greatest technology and we're incredibly powerful. And we, each of us has our own direct connection to source. And this is what we are asked to be governed by, if you will. And instead, society has created this environment where we're governed externally. And we've all fallen for it, right? Hook, line, and sinker. And in the game of hook, line, and sinker, it's up to us to be the bobbers that keep our head above water. Right. And we do that through honoring our emotional sensitivities. We do that through really a deep respect and reverence for the spiritual essence that we are, that has chosen to come into form to have these experiences in order to break free from the traps that have been set for humanity. And it is a spiritual battle on Mother Earth, and we're all a part of it. And, when we are self governed, oh, of course, when we are self governed, um, we're outside of it. We are a part, we are actively being a part of the shift. Okay, so that's where they said we're actively being a part of the shift. If we're playing into and the traps that have been set, we're working against ourselves as well as the collective, even though we may feel like we're on a big team, right? Like, I got all these people behind me, and yeah. At the end of the day, you're an eternal soul. Right? So your temporary human experience is that temporary. And yet we're so much more than this temporary human experience. And there's such great value in that. And my deepest hope, and wish, and is that each of us awaken to this. We don't want to be woke. That's kind of a joke. We want to continue to awaken, right? Woke is past tense. If you know language and English, or whatever language, because I'm sure they're trying to change them all. I can only speak from my frame of reference, and it's English, and it's a joke what they're doing to the English language. And yet, if we know language, woke is a past tense. Awakening is current in the moment. And this is what's happening for all of us. It's like a flower blossoming and awakening to the truth of who we are. So just before we get to the card pulls, I've got, for us as a collective, I'm working with the Angels of Atlantis Oracle. So these are the archangels. And of course, the first one out, any guesses? Any guesses? Guess. You got it. Archangel Michael, transmutation. This is what Cancer season's all about. And day by day, we're doing it. And day by day, we're awakening a little bit more. And day by day, we're taking better care of ourselves. And day by day, we're showing up for ourselves. And day by day, we're feeling lighter and brighter. And I'm not trying to fluff over anyone's emotional or mental states or anything like that. Trust me, I wouldn't be here sharing with you if I haven't, I'm not able to share anything I haven't experienced. And from my experience, which has been very traumatic, much of my life, and yet here I am still shining, so you can do it, because we're all miracles, and we are magnets. And, there's just so many synchronicities and signs being shown to each of us at this time. And my signs may be different than yours. I'm very much into, speaking of signs, 20 minutes before I started, a vulture. Beautiful vulture just glided over the backyard, again, bringing to the forefront that death and rebirth take place in the same space. The message that I received from vulture 2 or 3 years ago down at the lake that was circling over my head. Death and rebirth take place in the same space. So we're doing it. And we transmute or transform all of the pain and the trauma that we've experienced through the energy of unconditional love. And the only space at this point in time most humans feel that is in the presence of source and God that resides within. It's not external. And so we are the receiver and the transmitter, and we are the fulcrum. Is it the fulcrum? The center of the scale. So we're here balancing. We're here to experience abundance. We are here to experience our birthright, divine justice, if you will. So the next card out is Uriel, trust. Yes. Beyond belief, lives truth, right? And so it's not about what we believe, it's about trusting that we are loved, trusting that we are worthy and deserving of abundance, trusting that, when we're in alignment and when we're operating from our heart space, that we're becoming better humans every day, right? We're not human doings, and most of the world is busy doing stuff that doesn't really matter. No offense. And if you're offended, perhaps, investigate why. It was 1533 when I said that. So again, 6 6. This is the way spirit speaks to me, 1544. So trust that you are being led, trust that you are worthy and deserving of all good things, trust that you are worthy and deserving of peace, and that you are the vehicle of change in this lifetime. Jophiel, and every time I connect with Jophiel, it's this energy of joy, the solar plexus chakra. So if you are just coming to the live now and you would like a card pulled for you, please drop a comment in the chat here, and we're doing that next. But this card is liberation, and look at that beautiful eagle. Hi, Frank. So cool. This is about who's going to liberate you. If you don't, how can anyone in your life do for you what you can't even do for yourself? Right? I mean, I know we all want well, most of us, I feel, want a community around us and a partner in our life, that we know has got our back, is there for us, and all of this. And yet, oftentimes we get into these connections because, yes, this is the one or whatever. And, ultimately the results are the same because we haven't changed, and we're never going to change other people. We're only responsible. Remember, we're only responsible for ourselves. And from there, from that place of self-care and compassion and respect and self-love, then we're able to serve. It's not going to happen any other way. So we are here to free ourselves. Who do you answer to? Do you answer to your government? Do you answer to your employer? Do you answer, like, who? Do you feel that you are below or above anyone else? Because if you do, therein lies a part of the issue. Because we're all on equal and level playing field here. I don't care if you're a CEO, a president, or royalty. I mean, most of us are divine royalty if we would only claim our birthright. These royals that we have on this planet, they're not for team humanity, right? So it's about divine royalty waking up to the fact of who we are and living our most joyful life in the present. And not every day is going to be like skipping through a field of daisies in the meadow and all of that kind of stuff. Yet, it can be if we choose, right? It's up to us. We are the driver, we are the receiver, the transmitter, and the balancing of the scales. Divine justice is being served, and the righteous are rising one heart at a time. So I trust something here has resonated with you whenever you're coming across this. And as much as these are daily messages, much of what comes through this channel is timeless and eternal. So whenever you come across this message, I trust wholeheartedly that there will be something here that resonates with you, a little something that supports you, and if nothing else, you're a little bit entertained. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so for bread, we have, let's see. So let me just pause for a sec. Okay. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Before I get to the one that wanted to flip out for you, Brad, because you got three, these two came out together and it's so beautiful, really beautiful. We've got the angel of soul love. And what this is really speaking to me, this isn't speaking about partnership with another human, although it could be. Most of what I'm here to do is not really speak about, sometimes to speak about soulmates and twin flames. Hey, let's face it, we're all soulmates for one another, right? Those that we interconnect with and intermingle with and intertwine with, we're all soulmates. It's not just about partners who are lovers. And then there's the twin flame connections, but we're not getting into that. What I'm guided to focus on in support of those that I'm here to serve is your relationship with God and your higher self through your human experience. And this is what I'm feeling with this card and the angel of relaxation who also came out. It's like your higher self is speaking to you. Our physical bodies, so pain in the physical body always leads us to pain in our emotional body. And then as we touch on and as we connect with the pain in our emotional body, it then leads us to our spiritual nature, our true power. And our power doesn't come from outside of ourselves. I can't stress it enough. It's really about the personal relationship with the divine, which is each of us. And so you're being called at this time to really focus on this connection with your higher self. No excuses, no more delays. You already have the answers. And a part of your answers comes in rest and relaxation. And that in the first part of today's message, before this individual part, it was about, if you're being guided to do something, do it. And sometimes it's the sink full of dishes, right? Sometimes it's pulling out the broom and sweeping up the floor because a dog hair is insane, right? Sometimes it's like scrubbing the toilet bowl, right? Sometimes it's trying a different piece of food, even though it may be expensive, fruit, vegetables, right? We sometimes deny ourselves what we need and what we deserve because of expense. And that, I really feel, limits us in the expansion of the abundance. We are abundance. I am abundance. Affirm it. I am abundance. So getting more rest, and you've got this like purple, so trusting your intuition here, third eye. And then we've got the angel of relaxation, the throat, honoring your truth, honoring what you know. And you can see on the angel of relaxation, although it's all blue, the third eye is lit up. So if you're still using toothpaste with fluoride, time to give that up. Everyone, not just Brad, everybody, because it's calcifying your pineal gland, which is meant to be like plasticine, soft. It's not meant to be a bone in your head. Maybe that's where the term bonehead came from. Who made up that term, right? So get rid of the fluoride, because when you are listening within, you're on point. You feel better, you look better, and you think better, right? And we want to think less and we want to feel more and do from this place of feeling. So on the angel of soul love, it says, time to look at how you view, oh, no, I was going to say view yourself, but it's an even better word here, how you value yourself. Issues of self-love. Cancer season's all about self-love. And then the angel of relaxation says, let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want, right? So releasing expectations. Expectations are premeditated resentments, right? And not just expectations we put on others. Most people are going to fail to fulfill our needs because we already let ourselves down by not honoring what we know to be right and true for us, right? And it doesn't matter how long you go. You can go a year, you can go 5 years, you can go a decade. and deny what you know, and yet it never goes away, right? Beyond beliefs lives our truth. Okay, so you already know. So let's see the jumper card. Let's see the jumper card. Oh, Kuan Yin energy, the goddess of compassion. Yes, yes, yes. It says self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth. And we've had how you've asked the question of how you value yourself and issues of self-love, letting go of desired outcome, um, and you'll get what you want. And then the compassion. So as a new mom, of course, the priority is on the child. And as a mom, I know, trust me, we can be really hard on ourselves, right? Because we want to do the best, we want to be the best mom, and sometimes, we have moments, and I had one of those moments yesterday, and it doesn't change whether they're 2 months old or 20 years old. We have our moments, and ultimately, even as challenging as it is, we must take care of ourselves. We must show up for ourselves, because we can't serve our children or anyone if we're not there for ourselves. And what I'm feeling with this is perhaps that you're a little bit hard on yourself. You feel like you're not good enough. You're not a good enough mom. And or maybe because you're tired. Remember, we talked I think it was the weekly, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Halt. We never want to get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. So even with the 2-month-old, you are the priority. And of course you love her. Of course you love her. We all love our children, even when they drive us crazy. you know. Um, okay, so I'm just going to get one for all of us as we wrap up. And here it is. Oh my gosh, of course. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. We'll look at two. The joy. There's Jophiel. Take pleasure in the things you do. And then as we wrap up, the goddess of earth. An idea connected to imagination, creativity, and nature is coming your way. So the third eye, if anyone, one more person's here, if you want a card, let me know in the comments or the chat at the side and I'll pull a card for you. But this is about trusting our intuition, right? As we're breaking free from this trap that has been set for us, many of us are here to do things that don't look normal, right? That don't, oh my gosh, it's not a 9 to 5. It's not a career that has value. Everything has value. We all have value. And those of us here to serve in a spiritual nature, oh, sure. Those of us who are here to serve in a spiritual nature, your value is about to increase 100-fold, because this is what humanity needs. To fill the soul sickness that has been, permeating the surface of planet Earth for a very long time, and in particular the last 50, 60, maybe 100 years. Okay, so for your husband, I'm guided to go back to the Angels of Atlantis. Aren't you special? And that came quick. I feel like singing a George Michael song right now. And maybe you guys are too young to know George Michael, but if you're anywhere close to my vintage, his song Freedom, that's what I heard as soon as this came out. And look at the figure on the card dancing and spinning. And so this feels like a very powerful time. There's a reason you guys are watching this middle-aged woman standing in her, standing in my dining room area. You're free. You're already free. And I think it's really beautiful that you're here watching this. You have a 2-month-old child, a beautiful gift. And, you as a team, as partners, this angel of soul love, divine partnership, you are together and you are breaking free and creating this beautiful path for that beautiful child to just be whatever they want to be. And what a beautiful world it's going to be when more awakening parents come together and encourage their children to simply be who they are: magical, creative, brilliant, wise, abundant, quirky, unique, and weird. That's the best part. Um, so I just really feel for you as partners, as a family. It's about, I want to say, like, I'm being guided to say carving your own path, right? And perhaps it's living off grid. Perhaps this is a dream of yours to live off grid, to live close to nature, to, be really self sustaining and self supporting without the entanglements of all these branches of parasites that want to get into our life and control us. Be uncontrollable. That's the best part about the awakening people, the awakening tribe, the awakening family of light. We cannot be controlled. All we can do is control what we do, right? And change ourselves so that we are really, and if this is all we do, it's the best thing that we're doing for generations of humanity to come. So I just feel like going in the backyard. I think I'm going to actually go in the backyard. We're going to sign off. I'm going in the backyard with my bare feet to dance to George Michael's Freedom. And perhaps that's a song you guys should be dancing to too. Have some fun, dance around, twirl around, get the baby involved, and just have fun with it. Thank you guys so much for being here. It was just 3144, so that's 444, and that is my number for angels. Yeah, that's my number for the angels. So we are surrounded by angels. And in fact, guess what? We are earth angels. So I just want to say, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm looking forward to connecting with you again tomorrow at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, get out there, have some fun, show up for yourself. You are so worthy and deserving of all the best things in life, and affirm, I am abundant. I am abundant. I am abundant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for being here.